The Philippines is one of the best places to outsource virtual assistants, thanks to its low cost of labor and English-speaking population. By hiring a Filipino virtual assistant, VA, businesses big and small have enjoyed wondrous benefits, such as a lesser workload, smoother business operations, and an increase in productivity, all while saving on expenses. However, let's not forget one thing that might be a concern to those who are still hesitant to hire a Filipino virtual assistant, VA. They live on the other side of the world from you. Will this be a communication barrier? What if an error occurs? How will you know if your virtual assistant, VA, is fulfilling the functions you assigned? These are all valid concerns, but should it stop you from hiring a Filipino virtual assistant, VA, yourself? Is the time difference a deal breaker? Not at all. In fact, depending on the circumstances, it may even be to your advantage. So, what is the time zone difference between you and your Filipino virtual assistant, VA? The Philippines uses a UTC plus 0800 time zone and doesn't observe daylight saving time. It shares a time zone with China, Malaysia, Singapore, Western Australia, most of Mongolia, and parts of Indonesia. Between the Philippines and North America, the time zone differences are as follows: ahead of Eastern Time by 12 hours, ahead of Central Time by 13 hours, ahead of Mountain Time by 14 hours, ahead of Pacific Time by 15 hours. Note, add 1 hour from November to March. British entrepreneurs need not worry too much because there is only a 7-hour time difference between the Philippines and the United Kingdom, UK. For Americans, if you live in New Jersey, the time you wake up may be the time your Filipino virtual assistant, VA, has finished dinner. For the most part, your virtual assistant, VA, will be working while you sleep. Is this such a big problem? Not really. Time zones don't actually matter that much when working with Filipino virtual assistants, VA. So why time zones don't matter that much? If you worry that you won't be able to manage your Filipino virtual assistant, VA, because of the time zone difference, you are forgetting something. A virtual assistant does not need micromanaging. You don't need to constantly get in touch with your virtual assistant, VA, the entire day. A simple email report per day is enough. A virtual assistant's, VA's job is to take the load off your shoulders. You are supposed to sleep peacefully at night, knowing that your virtual assistant, VA, is maintaining your business operations. When you wake up, your bookkeeping is done, or a new article is published on your site, or your social media followers have increased. Virtual assistants, VAs, are accustomed to working on their own. If they are properly trained, they could run your business operations all by themselves. All you have to do is wake up and read their daily report to know what they accomplished during their workday. If you prefer to communicate through video calls with your virtual assistant, VA, it's easy to agree on a time when both of you are awake. For example, you could have a Skype call with your virtual assistant, VA, before turning in for the night. At that time, your virtual assistant, VA, will just have finished breakfast. Agree on a time that's beneficial to both of you. Just remember to establish projects, tasks, and deadlines ahead of time, so your virtual assistant, VA, will know what to do with minimal monitoring. If you want to play it safe, nothing wrong with safe, it is advisable to use a time tracking software. This will assure you that your virtual assistant, VA, is working on the projects you assigned. Make sure your virtual assistant, VA, agrees to this beforehand because not everyone is comfortable with being monitored. Nothing will ever be truly foolproof. You just need to trust a little. Problems can be preempted during the hiring process. You have to hire the most trustworthy candidate to prevent future issues. Trust your gut. If your instincts are telling you that this person won't let you down, go ahead and make the hire. So, in case, if you absolutely need your Filipino virtual assistant, VA, to share your time zone. Say you need your Filipino virtual assistant, VA, to interact with clients during your normal workday, or you need someone to assist you as you work during the day. What do? You can always find night shift workers. However, for a night shift, you have to pay a higher salary. Why? Because working at night leads to number 1, health problems, number 2, depression, number 3, insomnia, number 4, obesity, number 5, mental strain, number 6, damage to social life, number 7, isolation. Remember, Filipinos aren't that different from anyone else in the world. If you want your Filipino virtual assistant, VA, to work during your daytime, it's only humane to pay extra for night shift work. The extra wage will also result in extra motivation. It would help if you hired a Filipino virtual assistant, VA, who thrives at night. Some people are simply night owls and live most of their lives at night. You would think that this will narrow down candidates for the role, but you'd be surprised at the number of Filipinos who prefer to spend their waking hours at nighttime. No matter who you hire though, It helps to check up on how your night virtual assistant, VA, is doing from time to time. Sometimes people don't realize what irregular hours can do to their bodies and their lives until it is too late. Be considerate, encourage a healthy mentality, and show how much you appreciate your virtual assistant's, VA's, dedication. Having a night shift virtual assistant, VA, also comes with a number of advantages. You can treat these advantages as compensation for paying a premium wage. So, what are the benefits of having your Filipino virtual assistant, VA, share a time zone with you? Number 1. More real-time communication. You and your virtual assistant, VA, can contact each other during the entire day. Number 2. Problems are solved quicker. If your virtual assistant, VA, runs into problems, you will be there to help them immediately. 3. Interaction with your local team. Your virtual assistant, VA, can participate in video meetings with your entire local team. This can also foster a greater sense of belonging in your virtual assistant, VA. Number 4. Questions are answered faster. Every time your virtual assistant, VA, gets stuck, you are there to answer any questions or clarify anything obscure. Number 5. Fewer surprises. Sometimes with a virtual assistant, VA, working normal hours, you might wake up to find out that the tasks you assigned weren't finished. With a night virtual assistant, VA, if delays happen, you'll know about it right away. 6. Assistance in your normal workday. Your virtual assistant, VA, can assist you with your daily work activities. 7. Closer supervision. Although virtual assistants, VAs, don't need micromanagement, some business owners simply prefer working closely with their employees. So, what are the ways you can take advantage of the time difference? What if you want to run a business 24/7, maybe an international retail business, or a business with 24-hour helplines? For these cases, the time difference will actually be to your advantage. Since your day is your virtual assistant's, VA's night, you can have your local staff run operations during your daytime, and then have your virtual assistant, VA, take over during your nighttime. Or maybe even alternate between a normal virtual assistant, VA, and a night shift virtual assistant, VA, to keep operations running. If you're a blogger, you can have your virtual assistant, VA, compile your mailing list, configure your autoresponder, and research your next post idea as you sleep. When you wake up, everything is ready, and all you have to do is write your next post. For YouTubers, you can record videos during the day while your virtual assistant, VA, edits your videos at night so it'll be ready on time. For e-commerce businesses, your virtual assistant, VA, can make sure that your products are still selling even as you sleep. These are just reminders that in a lot of ways, the remoteness of a Filipino virtual assistant, VA, is actually an advantage rather than a hindrance. The great thing about outsourcing a virtual assistant, VA, is the flexibility. It's one of the reasons why many Filipinos want to work online in the first place. So, hiring a Filipino VA will help you scale your business. Outsourcing to the Philippines is the key to success for your business. Hiring a Filipino virtual assistant will allow you to relax a little and maximize productivity for your business. Don't let something like time zones get in the way of that. Take advantage of it instead. The issues that happen with remote workers aren't time difference problems, but rather hiring problems. If your virtual assistant, VA, can't be trusted to work while you sleep, then it's because you hired the wrong person. Picking the right virtual assistant, VA, will depend on you. Don't just look at skills and experience. Consider their personalities and motivations too. Don't hesitate anymore. Head over to onlinejobs.ph and hire a Filipino virtual assistant, VA, today. Feel free to drop us a message in the comments. Happy outsourcing. In the description below, you will find a link to our favorite job board, Online Jobs. Hope this has been helpful. See you in the next video.